This is the second video in a series of videos on teaching you how to live stream your band. And in this particular episode, we're going to cover cameras. There's different types of cameras and all different price points. I'm going to talk a little bit about DSLR cameras. DSLR cameras are like the Canon and Sony cameras. They're like cameras that you could take pictures with, but they also do great video. And those are very expensive cameras. I think the least expensive camera that I saw was a used DSLR camera, which does 4K video, and that camera was probably right around $529. They can go all the way up to, geez, $3-4 grand, some of these cameras. So I don't have one of those cameras. Well, I can't afford one, but they are really good quality, and some of the best videos you'll see out there use DSLR cameras. They hook up to your computer via a HDMI cable, and they're a little bit more, how would I say, in-depth setting up, I guess. And I've never really had to set one up, but thinking about that, I don't think that I would ever be able to, I don't know, maybe eventually down the road, I don't know. I'm thinking about upgrading one day when I have money, but I don't have money. The next kind of camera is a web camera. And I had already showed you the OBSbot camera. And my very first camera that I actually bought before I bought the OBSbot was a $16 camera off of Amazon, and it was a 1080p camera, and it was only $16. And this is it right here. And I bought 3 of them. It's got a little thing to cover the lens so you don't damage the lens or you get it. But this was $16, and it's 1080p webcam. And the quality was okay. It wasn't great, but I did make some videos with this camera. Matter of fact, the first video I did with Halo Moon, live streaming Halo Moon as a concert, I used all 3 of these, plus I used my cell phone camera. And that is the other type of camera that will help you make videos, is a cell phone. Matter of fact, the video that you're watching right now is done on my newest camera on my cell phone, my new cell phone. And I simply have a microphone plugged into the camera, and it's recording my voice and recording the video at the same time. So if you already have a camera, like a cell phone with a decent camera on it, all you need is a decent mic. And you can have great video. When I do live streaming of the band, I use my newest webcams, which is the OBSbot 4K cams. And those are really good quality. And if you watch my last live stream that I did with Mitch, those are all OBSbot cameras. The overhead camera on that particular video was another cell phone camera that I had that has a really good camera. But those are just different types of cameras that you will utilize or can utilize with your live streams. And I'll show you a little bit how to set them up, but I want to talk about, you know, the difference in price. You know, like I said, the camera that I just showed you, that was some of my first cameras that I bought to do live streaming, and they were only $16 a piece. So you don't have to have a huge budget to do live streaming. You could do a sufficient live stream with just those 1080p cameras. And they were only $16, and I bought 3 of those. But then I upgraded to the OBSbot, which are 4K, and those cost a little more. So that camera that I showed you was $16. The OBSbot cameras are like $160 a piece. Okay, so a little more expensive, but a lot better quality video, I think. a better quality color too. Your video isn't so pixelated either, which if you watch my earlier videos, you'll see the difference. It's almost like there's like a little bit of a fuzziness to it, you know. But the 4K camera is a lot smoother. And then my cell phone cameras, you can get, like, this is a beautiful picture from this camera that I'm on right now. But any good modern cell phone is going to have a decent camera on there, and you can utilize that camera. And I'll show you how to do it in OBS Studio, and it will help you to have more cameras, more flexibility as far as what you do in the studio to do camera shots for live streaming your band. All right, so but you know, like your cell phone cameras, you know, those are hundreds of dollars. There was like $900 for a cell phone now. So but you know, that's just the difference in price. They're all different kinds of price points and all different kinds of cameras that you could possibly use. Those are just the ones I use. The OBSbot or OBSbot is the cameras that I use, and in my cell phones. The camera the video that you're watching right now is recorded on a Pixel 9a. That's not even the latest Pixel, but is the new to me, and it's got great picture. All right, so now I'm going to take you through and I'm going to show you how to set up your cameras. Now, when I do my live stream videos, I use 3 of those OBSbot cameras, and I usually use one extra camera, which is the cell phone camera. But I'll show you exactly kind of how I set those up. So I'll be right back and show you how to do that. All right, so now I'm gonna kind of show you how I set up my cameras in the studio. Man, I'm gonna have to remove this camera and kind of walk you over to the cameras that I use, and then kind of show you how I set them up. So let me do that. Let me take you off of here. Okay. So I have my cameras. This is my computer right here. I don't know if you can see that, but I might have to move these lights a little closer, which I will. There we go. But these are my computer. This is my computer right here. Okay. And then this is just it's a TV. It's just an extra monitor. And all my cameras, I don't know if you could see that, but all my cameras plug into USB ports here. Okay. And these are my cameras right here. So you can see there's an OBSbot right here, and they're all on camera stands, which I'll pull one out so you can see. Whee! That's on a camera stand, okay? And that wire, if you can see, that wire right here, which I have a mess of wires, that goes and it gets plugged in to this area right here on my PC. And so you can see I've got the lighting going on right there. But this is the camera on the stand. And this camera, I usually face it towards the room here. Right? And then I will show you what it looks like on screen. I'll take you over here. So, I don't know if you can see that, but that is that camera right there. And this program that you're viewing right now is called OBS Studio. which I gotta make sure I've got the right camera. Yeah, I believe that's it. So that's camera 3. And OBSbot has a little control panel for each camera that I use. And that particular camera is camera 3. I don't know if you can see, but right here it says cam 3, right? Okay, and then down here it says camera 3. This is their sources. And I'll get into how to use this stuff later, but basically in OBS Studio, you set up your scenes. I said camera 3, that's camera 3, and then this little program right here, as you can see, it's called the OBSbot Center. That allows me to manipulate that camera. So if you watch the camera right here, which you see the key light right there, this control right here, this little toggle thing, will let me move that camera. So I'm going to move it with this toggle thing. You see, I can move it around. But those lights are really killing the, like I can turn it, there we go. It's brightening up because it's facing away from the camera. It's the lighting. But I can turn that camera to face me, see? There's there's me doing this. And then I can turn it around. You know, I have full control over. That's why I like these OBSbot cameras, okay? And I usually set three of them up, okay? So if you see here, I've got camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, and then I have a cell phone camera, which is above the drum set, which I did not show you, but I will show it to you. Well, it's above the floor, all right? But I'll show you the cell phone camera, and I have like a little mount on it, but right now I'm just going to go back to this one. But this software that I have here comes with the cameras, okay? It comes with the OBSbot cameras. You basically just download the software, and it allows you to control each individual camera, which is really cool. So that's really how I set my cameras up. In OBS Studio, which I have to go when I show you how to run the OBS Studio software. I will show you how to set up the cameras in the software. But right now I'm just kind of showing you how I set up the cameras and what I'm using. So, but I will come over here back to the camera. All right. So if you see, this is just a regular camera tripod, right? And it has a little thing here. And this camera just attaches to this tripod. There's a little attachment, and it screws right into the bottom of this camera. I don't know if you can see that, but and then it just sits right inside the tripod. I have to hold on. Let me set this up right here for right now. I know this is all right. So let me get this on here. There we go. Okay. So let me take you back over here. This is my original, like this is the, like I have my cell phone camera. This is the tripod that the cell phone camera is on. Okay. And it's got this little attachment that attaches to the tripod, just like that cell phone camera. And you can either have your phone set up so it goes across, you know, like horizontal, or you can turn this and adjust it like that to hold your cell phone so it's in a horizontal position, okay? But these are really cool. I got these off of Amazon too, and they were pretty inexpensive. It didn't cost too much, but I'm gonna go ahead and put you back in the holder. And it basically will hold the camera so I can go hands-free. So there you go. That's pretty much how I set up my cameras. Pretty much on tripods, and I usually do a camera on this side, a camera in the middle, and then a camera on this side, all facing the playroom, which is pretty cool. But I'll show you the cell phone camera. I have another cell phone camera, and remember the shot? It was above. This is the cell phone camera. I've got it on this like little stick, and I've got it connected to this electrical pipe up here, and I've kind of got it zip tied so that it doesn't come down, but it stays right there. And then sometimes I will put it above the drummer and have it give you a different perspective on the drummer, like an overhead perspective, which is kind of cool. But that's basically how I set up my cameras. OBS Studio, like the cell phone cameras, like the ones that I have, the one up here that I have connected to OBS Studio, I use a program called Droid Cam that allows me to do that. Now you can hook it up via USB, the camera in Droid Cam, or you could hook it up via Wi-Fi. But I find sometimes that if I do Wi-Fi, sometimes the camera lags a little bit because it's relying on the Wi-Fi connection. But everything else is hardwired, like with wire. I don't know if you see, but this camera above, I can show you. Okay, it's connected to a USB connector, which I run. This is the monitor that I use during my live stream, and I run it across the room, down, and it goes into the back of this computer. Okay, at least I think that's where it goes. That one I might actually have connected. I have a hub right here that allows me to connect more USB connections, but I think that one is connected by a USB or USB-C, because I have 3 USB and then 1 USB-C, and that was kind of dark, so you probably really didn't get a good look at that, but it's just connectors in the back of my computer. Now your computer might be different. You might not have as many connections, and that's okay. You work with what you have, but those USB hubs really come in handy for that purpose, to expand your USB connections. Now with the USB hub, I don't think you can have more than 2 cameras on that hub at a time. So it's only going to give you the option, like if you have 2 USB ports, you'll still be able to have 3 cameras, but only if you use a hub like that. But most computers nowadays have more than 2 USB ports, so it shouldn't be a problem. But so that is the camera setup. Now lighting is very important with cameras, because as you saw when I do the cameras like this, like, you know, if I put myself in the frame like that, it's kind of weird. So you want to be able to use the lighting to your advantage, and different cameras have different sensitivities to a little crooked, to lighting. So you just got to keep that in mind. And then in OBS Studio, which I'll show you when I get to the OBS Studio tutorial on how to set up cameras and everything like that, you can actually edit the coloring of each camera. There's a filter that you can use as a plugin on there on each camera, and then adjust the brightness, the darkness, the saturation, the color hue, everything like that. But today I'm not going to get into that. I just kind of wanted to show you my setup as far as like how I set up the cameras and where they're plugged into and how they're plugged in. So let me see. Anything else that you need to know about cameras? As far as like what you're gonna need. And you can like I said, you can do I keep walking over there like I'm gonna sit down. But let me go back to my desk and I'll finish this up at the desk. All right, so I'm back at the desk, and I wanted to just let you know that even though it's just a $16 camera, right? It still has, this is what attaches to the tripod, okay? And it actually adjusts, like you can actually, like if you want to set it on your monitor to do a headshot scene, you can set it on there. But for live streaming your band purposes, you want a camera that can attach to a tripod, because tripods are helpful. You can find tripods, like if you don't have a lot of tripods. I got all mine from Goodwill. I think the most I paid for a tripod was $7, and that was it at Goodwill. So you can get a lot of tripods from Goodwill. Otherwise, you spend a lot of money on tripods, but I think I've got 5 or 6 tripods. I had like 3 here already, and then I bought the rest from Goodwill. But yeah, you want a camera that you can attach to a tripod. That way you can move it around. It's stationary, it's steady, it doesn't move around. What else did I want to cover? I got my little notepad so that I know what I want to say in this video. Oh yeah, we talked about the fine tuning a little bit. Each camera you can fine tune it, you know. You can adjust the sharpness, everything, with this OBS Studio software. And like I said, OBS Studio is free, so make sure you get that and start learning how to use it. It's really not that difficult. There are all kinds of tutorials on how to use OBS Studio. I'm going to create a tutorial specific to live streaming your band. And it's going to be probably in depth, so it'll take a little while. But and I also wanted to reiterate to you that this is learning all of this stuff is a never-ending process. And don't get discouraged. It's going to be a lot of trial and error. Getting the camera set up and looking right. But I want to encourage you not to give up. Keep trying to do your best to get these cameras looking like they should. And a lot of it is lighting. You're going to have to do a lot of experimentation with lighting to get a really good, clean, crisp picture that you can be proud of. So I want to encourage you to not give up, to keep on doing what you're doing, and you can live stream your band, and you can use cameras. And yeah, that's what I wanted to say. That's what this video is about, the cameras. And I hope that you found it at least a little bit helpful. If you've never done live streaming before and you don't know anything about cameras, maybe this will give you a little insight on different options that you might have for live streaming your band. So with that said, I'm going to end this video, and I want to thank you for watching. And if this is your first time on my channel, make sure if you want to see more of my content that you like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Especially liking the videos helps out and helps the algorithm find people to watch the video, which helps me, because right now I'm doing this of my own free will and accord. You know, my hope is that this channel is going to help you, and whatever happens with this channel, that's the main goal, is to help. As far as getting monetized and all that stuff, I don't care about that. I mean, it would be nice, but all of that other stuff that I just told you, kind of that's what that's for, to help me get to that point. But with that said, this video is about cameras, not about me and my goals, but your goal of live streaming your band. So good luck. Good luck finding a good camera. And I'm going to try and post links to all the different types of cameras that I use in my videos. so that you can buy one if you want. Anyways, that's it. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your week. Thank you for watching the video. And the next video, let's see. Next video will be on the audio interfaces. I'm kind of going step by step through the list, because you need an audio interface to do live streaming. So the next video will be on audio interfaces. I'll cover the types of audio interfaces I use and how I hook them up to my mixer and also to the computer. So that is the next video. So I'll see you then. Bye.